Well, ahoy there, cruisers, and welcome on board Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. She's just returned from a huge $100 million makeover. She's had lots of changes, so we're going to take you deck by deck on a full video tour of this incredible ship. This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Throughout this video, we're going to give you all of our tips and tricks because we've sailed on this ship multiple times. But first up, we're starting in the main dining rooms. Now, these are located across decks 3, 4 and 5.
The main dining room is open for breakfast every day, lunch on sea days, and every evening. Here's where you'll have all of your main meals really, because this is the complimentary included in the price of your cruise venue. You usually get a 3-course meal with menus changing every single day. You have Izumi, habachi and sushi. This is one of the extra pay venues, and it's split into 2 different areas, a kind of sushi bar with some Asian dishes. Then you've also got the hibachi grill with those fun shows where one of the chefs cooks in front of you. We definitely recommend this, it's a lot of fun.
Now we're coming into the Casino Royale. This is the main casino on board, and this is the smoking casino. There is a separate non-smoking, which we'll show you shortly. This is quite a large casino, and it has all your usual slots, your games, and it also has a bar in here as well.
It's a really big casino with plenty of room and lots of different games. Now, we're not big casino people. If you are, let us know in the comment section below what you like to play most. Now let's move on. This is a really big ship if you didn't know. It's the second biggest type or class of ship in the whole world, cruise ships anyway. This is the little art gallery area as we make our way to the centre of the ship and the entertainment place.
Here we have Comedy Live. This is a small venue that hosts, well, would you guess it? Comedy shows. Now you do need to make reservations for this and they do sell out very quickly. But it feels a little bit like being at home here with the London theme and the tube map on the wall and all the buses and things around. I'm a little bit of a train and transport geek, so this is totally up my street.
But yeah, definitely make those reservations even before you get on the ship. You can do this on the cruise planner because trust me, it sells out because this venue is quite small for a ship that holds around 6,000 people. So as you can imagine, things will sell out pretty quickly, but it's great to see some comedy on board and a venue just for it.
Now we're coming up to Studio B. This is where you'll find the ice arena on the ship. Yes, ice arena on the ship. It still blows my mind that cruise ships have an ice rink on them. In here, they do shows on an evening, but they also do ice skating sessions during the day, which are complimentary. There is no charge for them. There's also a laser tag arena in here as well throughout the cruise, where it's a big blow-up arena. It's a lot of fun, and again, that is complimentary.
Definitely book again, we can't say it enough, and download that Royal Caribbean app so you can keep an eye on exactly what's going on. Now we're going to stay in the entertainment place because here's where you get lots of the entertainment, and this is the Blaze nightclub. So this is a venue mainly just for adults. There's a bar, a dance floor, loads of little areas to sit and things like that. You'll find things like silent discos and parties and stuff happening here as well as karaoke and things like that for the adults. But it's a great little venue which is just for the older people like us.
So as we said at the beginning of this video, this ship had a huge makeover and there is some new venues on board which we are going to be showing you. Lots of new exciting changes that look fantastic. But as Ben said, make sure you do download the app because in there it will tell you everything that is going on around the ship, and on the app you can even favourite them so you'll get notified when your next event is coming up.
Now here's where you get the full scale of the ship. Now at the very front of the ship you've got the AquaTheater, so this is the main theatre on board, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely huge. You're going to find several shows, including the main show which is Mamma Mia, so the full-length Broadway or West End style show, and it really is fantastic. There's other performances in here as well, which is great. Now we're going to head up a deck to take a look at the Royal Promenade.
This is the main section of the ship and the beating heart. You'll probably find yourself always coming back here to get from one place to the next. First up, we have Boleros, which is the Latin-themed bar on board. In here, you'll find lots of Latin music, they do dance classes, and they also host quite a lot of quizzes in here as well.
You're just going to get a scale of the ship as well because it really is big. And what we love is that there's loads and loads of different venues, shops, bars, everything here, which is absolutely fabulous. You've also got a Starbucks as well. Now, please note that this is not included on any of the drinks packages. We recommend going to Cafe Promenade later on to get coffees in there because guess what? The coffee is still Starbucks.
But one big tip, if you are a collector of Starbucks mugs, this ship has their own mug, so make sure you check it out. Next up, we have the karaoke bar on board, which, is where you can do your karaoke.
Yeah, it also doubles up as a trivia location as well, but it does get very busy in here. So if you do want to do some trivia that you've got your heart set on, please make sure you get there nice and early, just so you can grab a seat. Now we're just walking into the middle of the Royal Promenade now. And here you'll see there's, like I said, lots of shops, including the Royal Caribbean shop and some higher class shops where you can spend lots of money. You'll also find lots of sales and things on sea days and lots of places to eat, including Sorrento's. So this is the complimentary, included in the price of your cruise, pizza shop. And this is open basically at all times. So if you want a really late night snack, it's a great place to come and grab a slice. And top tip, you can also request a full pizza. So you might have to wait a little while, but you can request one at no extra cost, which is really fantastic. And they usually have several different varieties as well, and a little seating area, as well as a bar. So if you need to order any of those drinks.
This is where you can get your juices if you wanted some freshly squeezed juices.
Next up, we've got the Bow and Stern. So this is the English style pub. And yes, it does look quite English, which is really nice. Lots of different beers and drinks on tap as well. You'll find live music from a guitarist. Again, quizzes are held here as well. And there's a lovely little outdoor seating area. So you can pretend you're in a lovely British courtyard without that rain.
Lots and lots of shops around here. This is the Port Merchants where you can get your duty-free items. And we're just looking over to Sorrento's. Just a quick note that in Sorrento's they do have the Coke freestyle machine. So if you are on a drinks package and you have one of those refillable mugs, that's where you can get the drinks from.
Now this is the Rising Tide Bar, which is a bar which moves from the top to the bottom to the Central Park area. And it has an amazing fountain which can only be found on two of the older Oasis class ships. This ship and Oasis of the Seas, it's something that they did away with, which is such a shame because it really is a beautiful sight to see.
Now we have Cafe Promenade. Similar to Sorrento's, this is where you can get complimentary food items pretty much throughout most of the day. At breakfast, they have breakfast items, and then during the day, they have things like sandwiches, snacks, salads, fruit pots. You can also get complimentary tea and coffee, and this is where you can buy tea and coffee that is included on the drinks package.
And trust me, the coffee from here is really fantastic. But yeah, you've got to keep me away from these snacks, guys. They are completely lethal. Like you saw earlier on, there's an actual car with some teddy bears, and you've got the next cruise desk. This is where you can book your future cruises. Often you'll find lots of discounts that you can't find when you're off the ship, so it is definitely worthwhile checking in here. Big ideas deserve a big platform. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one website builder for creators, businesses, and dreamers. If you've ever thought about selling something online, Squarespace makes it incredibly easy. Whether it's physical products, digital downloads, or even a cruise packing checklist, which, let's be honest, everyone needs, their online store setup is seamless. The best part, you don't need a background in e-commerce or web design. They handle everything. And if you offer services, Squarespace's scheduling tool is a lifesaver. Whether you're booking consultations, coaching calls, or even shore excursion meetups, it lets people book, pay, and manage appointments all in one place, saving you endless back and forth emails. So if you're ready to turn your side hustle into something bigger, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use our link squarespace.com/Ben and David to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase.
Now we have guest services. That's where you can head to if you have any issues on board. Big tip though, it's very busy on the first and the last day of your cruise, so if you've got any problems, make sure you go out of them times.
Now this is the Pesky Parrot, so this is a brand new location on board and a brand new bar, and this replaces the champagne bar which was on before, which was very, very boring, but this bar is really fantastic. It's a tropical style bar and the theming is really fantastic. This place was always buzzing and we really, really enjoyed it, and it's such a fantastic addition to the ship, so we're really pleased to see it. It's bright, colourful, got some virtual screens because if you didn't know, there aren't many windows here in the Royal Promenade, but you get a lovely virtual view outside. You can grab lots of cocktails, including iced drinks, which are really fantastic. We sampled lots of really nice drinks whilst on board. Do go back and check our vlogs on Allure of the Seas. We have 2 episodes on board where we try lots of the drinks here. It really was one of our favourite venues.
Yeah, the cocktails in here were fantastic, and a lot of them you can only get at the Pesky Parrot, so it really is a reason to keep coming back to this place.
The theming is carried out into the Royal Promenade, which is really lovely, but like I said, this is definitely one of our favourite locations on board, and Royal Caribbean did such a fantastic job updating this ship, replacing all of the carpets, all of the things that were looking a little bit old. It really does look lovely. Anyway, we've come up to deck number 6 now to take a look at the upper deck of the Royal Promenade.
So up here we have the schooner bar. Just inside, first of all, is the loyalty desk. So if you are part of the Crown and Anchor Society, that's the loyalty membership. Anybody can join, it's completely free. That's where there'll be a representative if you have any questions. Now, this is a very nautical, traditional bar. In here, they do have a nice big grand piano, so that's where they'll play lots of music. It's very relaxed, and they do a great selection of drinks in here based around like whiskies and rums.
Now, on the other side of the promenade, you've got a few things, including the shore excursions desk and the Focus photo gallery. So you can book any shore excursions here or have a look at any of the photos that the onboard photographers took. Now, at the very back, we have the Boardwalk.
This area looks really lovely and refreshed since the big refit. It just feels all brand new. First up, we have the Dog House. Is that how you say it?
Dog.
This is a complimentary venue that serves hot dogs. And in the centre is the famous carousel. It's a real carousel, guys. You can ride it. And again, there isn't a charge for this as well.
There's a few shops and things around there, including a lovely little candy sweet shop as well, and a little ice cream parlour. But a brand new thing on board, which has just came. You might see it in the background there. We'll talk about that in a little while. But a brand new venue that I want to talk about first is Playmakers. So this is a sports bar and arcade, and it's brand new. It replaced the old Mexican-style Sabor restaurant, and we much prefer Playmakers. There is food here which you can buy, but it isn't too much money. It's just a small extra charge. You can watch all of your sports in here as well, and it's great because it's really outside. You can choose to eat inside or eat al fresco whilst on the boardwalk and soak up all of the atmosphere. You'll find different games like pool and foosball and things like this in here as well.
Yeah, this new venue added so much more atmosphere to the boardwalk. Now, it can get busy in here, especially when there is a game on, so do be aware of that. Just across the way from it is Johnny Rockets. Now, for breakfast, this is actually a complimentary venue, so you don't have to pay to eat here during breakfast, and it's a great alternative. But for lunch and dinner, it is an extra charge.
Top tip there, but they sell things like burgers and all of your American favourites here. We do recommend it. It isn't that expensive compared to some of the other dining options on board, but here it is. This is the brand new feature. It's the Ultimate Abyss Slide. Yes, so they've just added this to the ship. It wasn't here before. It's a dry slide that takes you all the way from the top decks upstairs down to the boardwalk. So it's a great and very quick way to get down. It isn't too scary, trust me. Then at the very back of the ship, you've got the AquaTheater. So this is an outdoor arena where they show water shows and things like that. And it really is a fantastic arena. So much entertainment on board, which is so impressive.
Again, you will need to make reservations for the Aqua Show, but if you don't have a reservation, about 10 minutes before the show, they do let a standby line in. Now, just next to that is the rock climbing walls. There is 2 of them here. Again, these are included in the cost of the cruise, and they're actually a lot scarier than they look. I know from experience.
There's also a wrap-around deck as well where you can go for a little bit of a jog or a walk. We're not going to show you it all, guys, because it is absolutely blooming gigantic. Anyway, let's go back in the ship and move up a couple of decks. The first thing we're going to look at is Vitality at Sea. So this is the spa. They have things like a salon and a barber's, as well as the gym area as well. But obviously, apart from the gym, it's all extra pay. There's lots of different treatments and things like that, which you can help yourself to. Anyway, let's head up to deck number 8 in Central Park.
Now we're in Central Park. We've said this plenty of times in our videos. This is one of our favourite spaces on the ship, and now we're going into Chops Grill. This is the American steakhouse on board. It's an extra charge venue. It does fill up, so make sure you do book it if you do want to dine here. You can dine here for dinner, but also they offer a lunch menu as well.
Yeah, so you can book before you go on the cruise and save some money using the cruise planner. You can even book an unlimited dining package, so you get unlimited dining in most of the venues. Or you can just book 1 or 3 and save a little bit of money there if you do want to try all of these extra charge restaurants. Next up, we've got 150 Central Park, which is another specialty extra pay restaurant. It's kind of like a Californian, Mediterranean style restaurant. Quite upscale. I would say this is the most upscale venue on board for dining. It's great for a couple on an evening if you're celebrating something. But yeah, again, make your reservations before you get on board if you do want to eat here, because you often get 20-30% discount compared to if you book when you're on board the cruise.
If you want to see what the food is like, make sure you check out our previous videos. We've dined in all of these restaurants that we're showing you on this video, so you can get a taste of what to expect.
Oh, very good, David. And make sure you check out our Patreon link in the description section below, where we give you lots of things like extra exclusive episodes, behind the scenes episodes, and much, much more. There's lots of lovely little areas outside where you can both eat, play chess, pretend that you're in the real Central Park in New York. But look at that, isn't it lovely? It's all green, and all of those plants are real as well, which really is fantastic. You hear the sounds of the birds and things like that. And there's also cabins out here as well, both balcony cabins as well as cabins with a window. We've stayed in one of them before on our last cruise, but it really is a gorgeous outdoor space, and we really do like spending time out here.
It is really relaxing. Now we're coming up to Giovanni's table. This is an Italian restaurant serving all your Italian favourites. Again, it's a specialty restaurant, so that means it is an extra charge, and you will need to book to dine here because it does sell out. It's very popular.
And we really do like the food in here. We are quite partial to a lovely Italian meal. Yes, guys. Next up, we've got Park Cafe, which is one of the complimentary included in the price of your venues. Open for breakfast, lunch, which is really fantastic. There's even a bar in here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But lots of different grab and go food options. Things like a salad bar, you've got sandwiches, you've got hot sandwiches, little treats and things like that. Even a roast carvery section where you can make yourself a lovely hot sloppy joe or a nice sandwich as well. But yeah, it really is good if you want a quick dinner or lunch or breakfast and you don't want all of those big crowds. You can also eat in here, or you can eat outside, which is really nice as well. Highly recommend it because there's barely any breeze if it's a windy day. It really is fantastic.
You can also get yourself some complimentary teas, coffees, juices, waters in here as well. It's a great alternative to the buffet, this venue, because it is usually a lot quieter.
Yes, you can see all of these lovely little seating areas outside, and it really is a lovely, relaxing area to chill out because, like we said, these ships are busy, often have lots of kids on board, so this is one of the lovely little areas that we find is nice and quiet. Now, one of our favourite bars, the Trellis Bar, located here on Central Park. It's a fantastic place to come at sunset for a pre-dinner drink. It just feels really lovely whilst the sun's going down. You'll often find live music out here as well. And just here now in front of us is that rising tide bar that we saw in the Royal Promenade. This is where you get on and off. But look at these plants. Love a good plant, guys. You know you're getting old when you like plants and flowers, and you're going to find plenty of them here.
Yes, we're taking lots of inspiration for our garden makeover from this, but I don't think I'll be able to maintain anything like this. Next we have Vintages. This is a wine bar on board. This is actually usually very quiet. I don't think a lot of people know that it's actually here because it is quite tucked away, but it's a very relaxing bar, has a huge selection of wines from all over the world.
I've got to admit, we've never actually drank in here, which is very strange because, like David said, it's often forgotten because it's tucked away. So a top tip if you want somewhere a little bit quieter and you like a lovely little tipple of wine, this might be your place. Now, on the other side of Central Park, again, you're going to find plenty of areas just to sit down and chill out. But here you'll find some high-end shops, far too posh for the likes of me and David. I don't even know half of these brands. Tag Heuer, Omega. Gosh, guys, I'm far too cheap to go in here. And if you've got to ask for the price, you probably can't afford it. You've probably heard that saying before, but it is lovely.
It's a great place to practice your pretty woman moment, Ben.
Oh, it is. I'm not sure they'll let me in, David, but you can see some of the water slides on the higher decks here and just taking some of the lovely scenes and things. But can I just say, can you believe this is on a cruise ship? Crazy. Anyway, let's head up a few decks. The next venue we're going to look at, we're going to look at some elevators first. We have to say about the carpets as well, guys. All brand new, which is fantastic. You've got some screens there as well, interactive screens, which is really fantastic. And oh my gosh, don't look down because that is very, very high. Anyway, I've just bumped the microphone. I hope you didn't hear that, guys. Pretend you didn't hear it. Anyway, here on decks 8 and 9, you've got another venue. It's called Dazzles. And this is the area where you'll find a live band, some great views across the back of the boardwalk there. Things like trivia and stuff as well, isn't there, David?
Yeah, you only tend to see stuff in here on a night, so during the day it's probably a good space to come to if you are looking for a quiet spot because there was very few activities in here during the daytimes. There is a bar in here as well, but this is, like Ben said, this is where there's a live band. They do occasionally hold quizzes in here as well. This is where you'll see the Royal Caribbean band called the High Sea Horns.
Oh, treat yourself, David. I don't think we saw them before. Anyway, we've came up to the upper outer decks. Starting at the very front of the ship towards the adults-only solarium, you've got a cantilevered hot tub. How beautiful is this? You've also got some screens as well so you can watch some sport, but this is basically hanging off the side of the ship and it's a very large space with lots of room, so if you are looking for a hot tub that's maybe a bit quieter, come here. But this is the adults only solarium and it's lovely.
Yes, it really is. Plenty of seating. It's very quiet, very relaxed. It is for adults only. Not quite a solarium in the sense where it's completely covered, but it is a lovely space and lots of hot tubs in here as well.
It's on deck 16, like we said, at the front of the ship, and as you can see, there are plenty of areas just to chill out, relax, drop yourself in a hot tub and maybe come out like a lobster, but lots of areas just to chill out and sit down, lay down and take it all in. There's even an area at the very front of the ship which is outdoors with lots of lovely little seating areas, so if you are looking to top up your tan without going to the crazy areas where there's lots of families, this is a great space to come and relax and see some beautiful views. In this case, we've got some gorgeous views of Italy, which is beautiful. But look at that, isn't it just lush?
There's also a bar in this area as well, which is fantastic. And again, usually nice and quiet in this area.
It's an oasis of beautifulness and we just love it. Now, there isn't a full-size pool in this area, but there are lots of little dipping pools and hot tubs, like we said. Anyway, let's head into the Solarium Bistro, which actually doubles up as the Samba Grill, which is kind of a Brazilian restaurant on a night. During the day, as you can see in these videos, it's kind of a buffet for lunch and breakfast, and it's for adults only again. So if you are wanting to avoid the busyness and the hecticness of the buffet, we highly recommend coming in here. It might look like it's a smaller selection, but it really isn't. It's basically the same as what you're going to find in the buffet, but it's always a lot calmer. Here you'll find your complimentary drinks, juices, teas, coffees, and things like like that, and lots of lovely little seating areas. You can also eat outside as well. There's also a Coca-Cola freestyle machine if you've got one of those drinks packages, and another cantilevered hot tub on the opposite side of the ship, so it's kind of mirrored.
Yes, if you are a hot tub lover, Royal Caribbean ships are the cruise ship for you because there is plenty of them around, as you're going to see. Now we're moving into the outdoor pool areas. This is the lower level here. This is where everybody can come and relax and enjoy, and it's usually a lot more noisy around here.
On this side, it's called the beach pool, so it looks a bit like a beach, and just look at all of those sunbeds and these lovely pergolas and things, guys. It's had a massive refresh during the $100 million makeover. It just looks brighter, it looks more vivid, it's just really, really lovely. On the other side, you've got the main pool as well as some hot tubs. We're going to be showing you some new hot tubs in just a minute as well, because 2 new hot tubs were added to the ship. So yay, well done Royal Caribbean. But it's just so vivid and full of life. Loads of pool space. You can even look down to the areas below, including the boardwalk and the Central Park. There, just on the right, is one of the new hot tubs, whilst we're just taking an overview look, and you can see those slides in the background. It really is lovely. They've added so many new murals and loads of little colourful touches during that refit. Again, here is that hot tub, which is really fantastic. 2 of them have been added.
Next, we have the trio of water slides. These are all brand new and they're a lot of fun. They're called the Perfect Storm. 2 of them are flume slides, while 1 is a big fishbowl slide. They just look brand new, bright, colourful, and like I said, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, the slides were on before the refit, but these are brand new ones. You've also got a reserved deck area for Pinnacle members, so those who are high up on the loyalty scheme, as well as those staying in the bigger suites. Now, this is an exclusive area that you can only enter via using a card. There's lots of lovely, comfortable seating areas and lounges and things like that. We love to see that they've got the towels on there. And you've got these pods as well at the front of the ship. Now, these are not an extra charge for those staying in a suite or the Pinnacle members, and they are a lovely little oasis of privacy. There's also a suite-only bar up here as well, which we didn't see open that often, unfortunately, but when it is open, you can order drinks and things like that. Now, these still come at an extra charge, even though some of the drinks in the suite areas are complimentary, but some great views up here as well.
You can just see how bright this ship is now with the new bars, the lime and coconut. Again, these are a new addition. They just look so fresh and colourful. Great poolside bar, lots of atmosphere around here.
Yeah, it really is a lovely area to come and just chill out, and it feels like you're in the Caribbean. It also doubles up as a smoking area in some of these sections on deck number 16, but lots and lots of colourful seating, which we really like to see. The ship just looks alive, it looks a lot newer, and just look at this, we're looking down into that Central Park area. Again, looking at some of those cabins, which don't quite have as much privacy as some of the ocean ones do. Now we're just moving towards the centre of the ship, where we have the sports pool area, which is really nice to see. More hot tubs. Now, one thing we were made aware of by one of our lovely subscribers on board who had a disabled daughter is that she could not enter any of the main pools. Some of the hot tubs did have lifts to get in there, but the main pools, they had absolutely none, so she was unable to use any of the pools. Now, before the refit, this was available, so who knows, maybe it's been added at a later date, but they were very, very disappointed, which is not very good. You've also got some casitas around the pool area that have been added. Now, these can be reserved for an extra charge. They are very, very expensive, so a little bit pointless in my opinion, but they do come with a few different benefits. But there's lots and lots of normal seating areas and sun lounges which you don't have to pay for. Now, on the other side of the ship, you'll find a brand new area which has been added, and it's called Splashaway Bay, and this is for the younger kids on board.
Yeah, this is much bigger than the Splashaway Bay that was there before. It's all completely brand new. It's very popular. We know from experience when we brought our nephews on this type of ship that they loved the Splashaway Bay area.
It's really been improved. There's lots of slides and areas for even the smallest kids as well, which is really fantastic to see. But just look how vivid it is. They did such a fantastic job in this refit, and they have made the ship look so new compared to how it looked before. So good job, Royal Caribbean. Now towards the back of the ship, we're coming to a brand new venue. It's called the Mason Jar Southern Restaurant and Bar. So it's kind of an American restaurant based in the south of America, with all of your lovely favourites like chicken and waffles and things like that. But it's a lovely new venue that replaced some of the kids' areas on board. And we ate in here on this cruise and we were so impressed. So go back and watch those vlogs. Now it is an extra pay venue, so you do have to pay to come in here.
It also has a huge bar next to it as well, which you don't have to make reservations for. You can come in here just to enjoy a drink, enjoy the live entertainment, but they also have some bar food that you can purchase as well while you're relaxing in there. Great selection of cocktails as well that are just unique to that venue.
We've got a golf course, which is fantastic. So this is a complimentary mini golf course, and you get some amazing views across the back of the ship here as well. You can see some of those suites in the middle of the ship. There's also a big sports court as well, which you are free to use to play any games. Then at the very back of the ship, sorry about this B-roll, guys, it didn't have the abyss there, but you've got 2 of the FlowRiders, so you can use this complimentary. And then this is the top of the ultimate abyss slide. Again, there's no extra cost to use this, but this is that dry slide that takes you from the top to the bottom, and trust me, it isn't that scary. There's some really cool effects in there as well.
Also around here is the brand new Crown Lounge. So this is for Diamond and above members on the loyalty scheme. In here, they have complimentary teas, coffees, and also some snacks as well throughout the day, like breakfast items during breakfast, and then some evening snacks as well. It's a lovely space. We do like the new location of this as well because it has some lovely windows, and it's very, very relaxing in here. Oh, them cookies are my favourite, honestly.
Yeah, it's great to see a brand new venue. It's in much a better location. You've got lots of natural light in there as well. And we're loving all of the new furniture. So if you're in the loyalty scheme, it's a great place to come. Then you've got the El Loco Fresh. Now, this is a complimentary quick-serve Mexican cantina. There's also a Coca-Cola freestyle machine here, a salsa station, and you can pick up things like burritos and tacos and loads of little goodies and a fixing station in there as well. And you've got some lovely views off the side of the ship as well. Just by this, you've got a few ping pong tables and little areas where you can play and things like that. And now we're going to head back inside the ship.
Oh, that was a lot of activities in one small area. Now we have the arcade. This is for big kids or little kids, but it is an extra charge. So just be careful because you do have to pay for all of the machines in here.
That's true. Make sure you know what your kids are doing, guys, because they could spend a blooming fortune without you knowing. Anyway, we're going to take a look at one of the big venues on board. It's the Windjammer Marketplace. So this is the buffet on board. Please do make sure you wash your hands before and after you touch the tongs. That's my big tip. But it's a really large buffet. And do you know what? On our cruise on Allure of the Seas, we were really impressed with the food. It's open for breakfast, lunch, as well as dinner. It does get busy, but there are 2 sides to this buffet. And on this cruise, we found that they were both open. Lots and lots of food to pick from. American selection, Mediterranean, you name it, they probably got it. And like I said, we were very impressed with the food. A large carvery station, lots of salads and fixins and fries and lots of potatoes and meat dishes and vegetarian dishes, fruit, gluten-free options, you name it, they probably got it in here. All of your fixins as well. But it is a really great space to come if you want a very quick meal. There's a beverage station as well where you can get complimentary drinks like coffees, teas, juices and water, so you don't have to buy the drinks package if you don't want to.
Lots and lots of desserts as well that you can just grab and go. Throughout the cruise, on the dinners on the evening, they had some slightly different themes as well, so that it does change from evening to evening, which is nice to see. And there's some lovely seating all the way at the back that looks over the back of the ship.
Yeah, so that's located on deck 16, and just a few decks up, we're going to take you to a lovely little exclusive tour of the suite Oni areas. So yeah, these are only accessed by people in the bigger suites, as well as Pinnacle members, so those high up on the loyalty scheme. Now, it's broken up into a few different areas. The first area is the coastal kitchen. This is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, you do have some great views across the top and around the side of the ship. It's a panoramic view, which is really fantastic. Now, you can find out about what we thought about this experience and the Suite Oni experience on our vlogs, so do go back and watch those, because we have some thoughts about this area.
And also in here is a large bar which covers the coastal kitchen and the suite lounge. So this is actually within the same space, and in here they have the concierge desks. These are not manned all day, but they are manned during busy times where you can ask them questions, they can make reservations for you, but you can come in here anytime, grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a juice, and like the loyalty lounge or the diamond lounge, they have snacks in here as well.
You get lots of extra perks like cocktail hours and free drinks throughout the day, but that's all explained in our previous vlogs. But yeah, it is a nice little space with lots of windows. And again, you've got those cookies, which we honestly cannot help ourselves. I mean, who wants fruit when you've got bloomin' cookies? It's crazy, isn't it? Now, that's really it for our tour, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. What do we think of the ship? Well, after its $100 million refurbishment, we have to say that we are super impressed. She really is a fantastic family ship, a ship to have lots of fun on, lots of things to choose from, amazing entertainment. There is so much entertainment on board this ship. We found that the food was pretty good as well, but all in all, we would highly recommend the Allure of the Seas for your next cruise, because we really did have a fantastic time. Now, we did have problems with the cabins, like we mentioned in our normal videos. They haven't been updated, but you know what? If you can get a good price on this cruise, we would highly recommend it.
Yeah, this is a ship that has something for everybody. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We really want to hear what you think as well in the comments section below.
A big thank you to our patrons. In return for becoming a patron, we'll produce lots more honest and entertaining videos, including giving you extra full-length episodes that nobody gets to see, early access to our videos, ad-free access to our videos, lots of little perks, as well as a monthly video chat. So I guess that's it till next time. Happy cruising!